The New England Patriots just made a very wise decision heading into training camp. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. On the daily Patriots content, don't miss out. All you got to do, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and back to the thumb, hit that like button. Mean the world to me. So as we move on as well, June Hoodie giveaway, don't miss out. Description below, so what you need to do. Last year, it's no surprise, the Patriots offensive line was abysmal. It was atrocious. It made me want to vomit. It was bad. Wow, Aaron, that's extreme. Yes, maybe a little too extreme, but I don't care. We're going to go with it. Now, the Patriots just signed another lineman, Yasir Durant. Now, before you say, Aaron, this is stupid, how is this a wise decision? Let me tell you this. Let me give you a brief history of Yasir Durant. Let's jump into it, his connection with the Patriots, and then we will move on to why it's good timing, perfect timing as well, good for the Patriots in a wise move by this organization. He was a former undrafted free agent to Kansas City. He was traded to the Patriots, 7th round, started one game for the Patriots in 2021. Last year, he played for the UFL DC Defenders. They were the champions. They beat the Michigan Panthers. Aaron, how do you know this much about the UFL? The UFL, football's football. Come on. And so I got to watch it. He ended up being all UFL football team, so essentially like all pro, but of the UFL. And so what he adds to the Patriots is the fact that he can play both tackle and guard. A lot of times when you see, so kind of like a Mike Nwenu, I would say a lesser version of Mike Nwenu. Now, that's just a super brief history, but you're probably saying, Aaron, how is this perfect timing? How is this a wise move by the Patriots? Let me explain. Last year, the New England Patriots, we remember all the issues they had on the offensive line. As I mentioned earlier, that made me want to vomit. In the season, they tried to put Band-Aids on it where they were trying to get people at practice squads and figure all these essentially patches to fix the whole issue. And it wasn't ideal. And now, granted, injury bugs happened. Okorafor, he left. There was all these weird situations. But the offensive line was not great. Bringing in Durant, is he going to start? No. I do not think he's going to start. I would be incredibly surprised if he started. That's not the plan. I don't think that's the play here. I think what the play is more he comes in as a depth piece to especially to help challenge these younger guys and really see again, hey, who is going to make this 53-man roster? Who are the best 53 people on this team, specifically at offensive guard, offensive tackle? Again, he brings that versatility where he can play both tackle and guard. A lot of these other guys that we have are more, hey, I can play center and I can play guard. Now, there's some untouchables on the offensive line that we talked about before. So Jared Wilson, that's a guy that I think is up and coming draft pick for the Patriots who will start at center one of these days. And then there's other guys on this team like Conley from Boston College, undrafted free agent, much like Durant. And the question becomes, does he make the 53-man roster? I think he has a chance, and I think by signing Durant is only going to bring out their competitiveness and challenge all these other guys the more so. As well, we look at other players like Layden Robinson, Caden Wallace, City So, all these other players that the question becomes, okay, are they going to make the 53-man roster? And we want to bring out the best in all these guys, and we really want a true battle when it comes to training camp. And Mike Vrabel has already said, listen, yeah, we've seen great things in mandatory minicamp and OTAs, but what we really want to see them is in pads, going full contact, hitting, playing for their jobs. So bringing another guy like Durant, not saying he's some big-time veteran that can start right away. Nope, not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is going into training camp, hey, that's one more guy I got to compete with, improve myself, and make the team and really show this coaching staff I deserve to be on this team. I think it's great. I think it's a smart move by the Patriots where, hey, this is one more guy that you are going up against that you have to prove your worth to this team. Again, I think Yasir Durant even he is going to have a tough time making this 53-man roster. He has not played. He doesn't have a crazy ton of experience in the NFL. Sure, he did great in the UFL, but that's the UFL. And so more competition is never a bad thing. And I think being able to have this coaching staff get more eyes on other people and help bring that out of other, especially these younger guys. And we know there's a lot of young guys on this offensive line, in this offensive line group. Hopefully it's just going to challenge them and spur them on to play better in training camp and truly, truly earn that spot when it comes to the 53-man roster. Again, let me reiterate, I do not think Durant is a starter. Not a starter. No, absolutely not. I think he is a depth piece. He's a safety net when it comes to being versatile, playing the tackle guard position, and here also to really challenge these younger guys to see what they're made of. So again, I think it's a smart move, not a starter. What do you think though, Yasir Durant? Give me your takes on him. Next up, Tyquan Thornton. You remember him. Last year dropped by Gerard Mayo's regime, and ended up getting picked up by the Kansas City Chiefs. Apparently now he is turning heads with the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid had this to say about him. He said, I like Tyquan. I like the way he's approached things. He's got the quarterback's trust, which is a positive thing. Talking about Patrick Mahomes, of course. You have available reps in here. The other guys could see that he's a talented guy. So far, so good again. I'd like to see him in a game situation, how he held. I would anticipate him doing a nice job and see where we are with that. We all remember Thornton had potential, and I don't think that potential was ever tapped. Last year, under Gerard Mayo, they said, we are going to fix that in the draft. And they obviously go out and get who? Polk and Baker. Very underwhelming players. Thornton was the guy last year that I said he could be that make or break guy. He has the potential coming out of Baylor, but is he going to be the former second round pick? Is he going to be willing to show that? And we all know the Patriots have a history in wide receiver draft busts. And I think that's what a lot of people assumed down the road. But I also think that last year, the coaching staff, and this, I'm going to sound like a broken record saying this, I don't know if they necessarily helped out the likes of Thornton or Polk or Baker or a lot of these younger wide receivers. I don't know if they necessarily helped him out. And so, I tip my hat to Thornton. I wish him the best in Kansas City. This doesn't mean he's necessarily going to make the 53-man roster. But again, with a quarterback, we all know with a quarterback like Brian Hoyer, I'm just the GOAT, Brian Hoyer. I'm joking. I love Brian Hoyer, though. Michigan State. Let's go. Tom Brady, you can make subpar wide receivers elite with how good you play at quarterback. And that's the same with Patrick Mahomes. And I think he has the potential like that with Thornton, again, if he makes the team and if this coaching staff can bring this out of him. Now, the reason I want to bring this up is it makes me wonder if we need to tread lightly when it comes to the current Patriots wide receivers that we're like, we should drop them. And again, that is Jalen Polk and that's Javon Baker. So the question then becomes, do we want to repeat what we did with Thornton, with these other guys? And again, you might, I will concede Thornton might be a total bust for the Kansas City Chiefs. And he very well could be. But when you see stuff like this coming out of Andy Reid and others, like in a wide receiver room that has had injury there, have had legal issues in Kansas City, all these different things, you never know. He might break out there. Who knows? And so then it makes me think, Polk and Baker, should we really think it over before we say, okay, we're done with them? Again, I think that's a tough road to go down, because it becomes, in my mind, okay, do you want to go with someone like Kendrick Bourne, which a lot of people have already said, I think he's going to get dropped, or do we go with the younger guys and hope that their ceiling's higher and they live up to their potential? So what do you guys think? Do you think that as we head into training camp, as we head into trimming down the fat on the roster and getting to the final 53-man roster come week 1 against the Raiders, do we need to tread lightly with the likes of Polk and Baker, or should they just be written off and cast away so these younger guys can play, and also experienced guys like Kendrick Bourne can stay on the team who can be trusted, veteran guy. What is your thought? Again, I think it's just it's an interesting thought process of, okay, we've done this before. What do we do now? So comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll talk later. Peace.